But I mean, calculus is fairly complicated, and these guys came up with it at the same time. Also, the whole theory of evolution.
I was going to say
Darwin.
Somebody else.
Another guy
whose name I do not remember. I feel so sad. Like I hate to even talk about it because it's like they've been lost and nobody remembers or cares. But
I know you feel bad, but
that's life.
Darwin wasn't even going to publish because it was so scary with regard to Christianity and the dogma that was out there, right? That he was forced to publish when this guy started to publish. And completely independent research, independent thinking, the whole deal. But ultimately it was Darwin because he'd done all this research on the HMS Beagle on his trip through the Galapagos Islands, where there was a lot of evidence that you change the environment and things change. It's like, animals become different species.
I didn't know it was called the HMS Beagle. That's really adorable.
I love the way the British name ships. It's pretty cool. Let's just call it after my dog. or Beagle will be the name of some heroic naval guy, and I'm going to get email. I know I am.
Or both.
All right, next.
So
I think that's pretty well. No, don't worry about feeless places going under. They're not going to go under because of feelessness.
Yeah.
They are still making money out there. What feelessness does is it consolidates the industry into big guys because you have to be big to do it.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Yeah, and I would say just know how your brokerage is making money off of you. I always think for myself, I just like to know how companies are making money off of me. And these days, it used to be very obvious. You bought something and that's how they made money off of you. These days, so many companies are making money off of our data, off of our clicks, off of tracking us in so many ways. And we're becoming more aware of that. And I think that that's a really good thing in general. I hope it pans out well for us as a species. But I think just as a person, individual, I always like to know how companies are making money off of me because then I can make an informed choice. If you know that Google's tracking you, and now they're going to say that they're not so much tracking us anymore, but they totally are. If we know that they're doing it, then I can choose to use Google, or I can choose to use DuckDuckGo, or I can choose to use, something else. It's nice to make the choice. And I think that that's important. Frankly, in my investing practice, that's really important. And it's important just as a human to stay aware of what we're doing.
And what you can do to figure out if your broker is screwing you or not is pretty simple. You need a friend. Or two computers and two accounts, but a friend is easier. I could call up Danielle and say, let's go in. I just want to check this brokerage account and see how they're doing on commissions with me and what kind of spread I'm getting, right? So now let's say the commissions are 0. Mine aren't 0, by the way. I have to pay commissions. This is the other way they make money.
Again, you're the man, and I don't feel sorry for you.
But it's true. The man has to pay commissions, and
thank goodness
the people don't have to pay commissions.
Somebody's got to.
Somebody's got to. So what you can do
But does that mean that your spreads are better? That's what I want to know.
That's what we check regularly.
And in fact, I would say definitely they are 100%. They are definitely better.
I would say so.
Because businesses have purchasing power and can go elsewhere.
Let me tell you how good Interactive Brokers is. And I make nothing on Interactive Brokers, so this is just absolutely gratis. We have the option of using deal makers, like a company that will go out and buy 100,000 shares or 1 million shares of a stock for us. They'll go into the market, and they know we're trying to get 1 million shares, and they'll take 2 or 3 or 4 days or a week or whatever it takes them. if there's not a lot of liquidity in this company, and they do that for us for a fee, okay? And the fee is.
But why? Because you can't be bothered to do it yourself?
No, because it takes. Well, yeah, can't be bothered, as in they're going to take up hours and hours to get this done, and we'd rather pay them than sit there for hours on a computer.
I never knew about this. All right.
Okay. So this is how most of the big guys do it, right? So if you're running a big fund and you've got billions of dollars, you don't go in and trade it yourself. You have somebody do it for you over at Jefferies or Goldman or somebody like that. So they charge for that. But it turned out we got better fill. This is called, when you get your order completed, it's called a fill. Not for me. It's FILL. I am the man. They've named
You realize
the
that's
most important.
It's not a compliment. just want to make sure before you get it twisted.
So this the fill price, the price you actually got the stock at, so $11.49, cents or something. It turned out we were getting better fills than these guys were, doing it ourselves on Interactive Brokers, and we were getting it done quicker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Interactive Brokers is very, very good at what they do. They're all online, all over the world. They've got, 15 different companies they can go to get orders filled, and they wrote the order automatically to the one that's quickest or cheapest, depending on what you want.
We really should get them to pay us for these.
Really should.
Like,
I'm going to go back to Tom.
I was just going to say
Tom Peterfee and chat.
I was just going to say I use them because I can buy shares on most stock exchanges that I want to buy shares on, and it's like not just US. Like I can buy them in Europe, and it's great. It's just easy.
Yeah. It's so cool. They got like 85 stock markets in one platform. It's really good. They should pay us for all this.
We should probably send them this episode. But guys, choose whatever broker you want. We don't care at all. Just, by the way, lots of people love Charles Schwab. I've heard so many good things about Charles Schwab to the point where I keep saying to myself, I should open a Schwab account and just check it out. So there's another one that I've heard great things about. I've heard great things about Fidelity, and Fidelity did, again, just from what I've heard, a really good job during the whole GameStop craziness, and they did not have to bring in outside investors, and they didn't shut down trading. So everybody who owned with Fidelity was able to purchase more GameStop if they wanted to in that situation, which I think was a very big deal at that time. So there you go. Now it's more even.
Okay, let me finish my thought too before we move on, and that is that you get a friend like I could get with Danielle, and we just go like, okay, we're both going to buy Apple computer or some small company is probably what you do to see how the order fill goes, and you just count it down 3, 2, 1. Like how many shares you're going to buy, and you do the order exactly the same way on 2 totally different brokerages. So we might test Interactive Brokers against, say, Thinkorswim or Tasty Trade or Schwab or whoever, right? And and just say 3, 2, 1, go, and you submit the order and see where you get filled. And sometimes it can be
so like the
different.
idea is you both click buy or whatever it is
click
at
buy
the exact same time.
Yep.
And see what price you each get.
Yep.
So it's not that you're trying to like
takes, too.
Oh, and see how long it takes. Yeah.
How long is it going to take? So we're a little bit sophisticated with IB, and we can choose to have the order get put through right away, and we'll inevitably pay more. And we might pay a higher commission even. It might go through an order site that is charging more. But we needed to get that done right now for some reason. Let's say we know that the GameStop guys are going to start shorting or going to start selling GameStop, so we want to get out of there. Or we just want the best deal, and we're willing to wait.
I also think when you're dealing with, comparatively small amount of money, it's not really going to make that much difference. Do you think so?
It won't when you're buying positions that you're long as a stock owner. I wouldn't worry about even pennies. Okay.
Yeah, that's so what
You're buying a company at $50.03, and I got it for $50.01. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, they nicked you for 2 cents a share, but you're a small investor, and it's not a big deal, and you're not doing orders all day long.
And I'm not trying to get it filled in the next second. Like I can wait, and
Now that's all true. Now, if you start doing options as a small investor, then all that's out the
that's
window.
A whole other.
You're dealing in pennies then, and those pennies are extremely important. The difference between 1 cent could be the difference between making a trade you want to do and a trade you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And often it does. 1 cent is important. You guys, if you enjoyed this video and you feel it was valuable in teaching you more about how to invest, hit the like button and please share the video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the button on the screen. We got a free gift for you. Thanks again for watching.